is the supported family from Rhode Island. Spoiler alert. My name is Nancy. It is very much an old woman's name. But I kind of have this theory that my dad, and he could answer this, named me Nancy so that no guys would want to get with me. Because nothing friend zones you quicker than my grandmother's name is Nancy. Like, now we're talking about your grandmother. No, it's a fine name, but my friend the other day sent me a personality test, kind of a weird text. But I took it, and it told me that I'm a turbulent campaigner, which basically means that I have big ideas, but not a lot of follow-through. Which, it doesn't sound great, but it's pretty accurate. And then she says to me, no, you need to go to the part where it says which celebrity has your personality type. She's like, I got Michelle Obama and Elton John. I'm like, oh, sweet, I can't wait. So I scroll down, and it says, Willy Wonka. I'm like, he's not even real. I guess it could have been worse. It could have been Grandpa Joe. He didn't really get out of bed. No, I don't identify with Willy Wonka, but I do have big ideas and not a lot of follow-through. Did anyone here watch Making a Murderer, the documentary? Yeah, so if you didn't, it's on Netflix. You know, Stephen Avery, falsely accused of murder in Wisconsin. So I watched this, and I'm sick to my stomach. I'm like, this is so unjust. Like, I don't know what to do. And I said the only thing I can do is quit my job in advertising, go to law school, and become a public defender in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, and get Stephen out of jail. I'm not judging anyone here who watched it and didn't do anything, but I personally watched it and was like, this is all I have to do. So I naturally did the first step, and I ordered the LSAT prep book. And it came. And it's like, the questions were just like a little bit trickier than I was imagining they would be. I'm not a great test taker. And then I looked into the price of law school. I'm like, this is insane. So I start to think, you know what? Steven's probably like in a routine in prison. He's probably comfortable, right? And I'm a routine-based person. I don't want to be thrown out of my environment. Also, he probably did it, right? But yeah, so a lot of big ideas. When I was 12, I decided I want to be an actress. So I went to my mom and I said this is it, I want to be an actress. Kind of pack the things, let's go to LA. And she was like, why don't you start with the school play? And that's never what you want to hear. You know, it's kind of like when you tell your mom I'm hungry, and she's like, why don't you have a piece of fruit? I'm not that hungry. I'm not that starving for work that I'm gonna do the school play with the amateurs. But she's pretty convincing, so I was like, you know what, okay. So I try out, and imagine my surprise when those amateurs cast me as a townsperson. And if anyone's unfamiliar with the townsperson role, you are to fake conversation with the other talentless townspeople behind the real actors. So I should have given up the craft then, but I was like, no, Mom, we're gonna do a summer camp this summer at the Theater Institute, really hone my craft, and then go back and that'll be my big break. So I returned to school in the fall, and I was like, I'm also gonna try out for a play where there are no townspeople. This would help me. And that is when I got the coveted role of salesman number 7. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with his work. But yeah, I was definitely a weird kid growing up. I know we talked about the supportive family from Rhode Island, but I really wanted my parents to get divorced when I was growing up. Not because they're unhappy, but my friend had divorced parents and she just made it seem so glamorous. She was like, I have 2 Christmases and 2 birthdays, one at my mom's, one at my dad's. I'm like, you are the luckiest girl. And I became so consumed. I would literally have daydreams where I'd be in court and my mom's on one side and my dad's on the other, and I was like, who am I gonna choose? I don't know if that's how it happens, but I didn't go to law school, as you know, so I don't know the process. But every day I came home and they were happier than ever. So I was like, you know what? I kind of need to stir the pot a little bit, right? So I'd kind of say to my mom, who was Dad on the phone with earlier? It was definitely a woman. It kind of was a long time. She's like, I think it was your Aunt Mary. I'm like, no, Mom. Sounded like young and hot and interested. And then I'd go to my dad and be like, I can't help but notice Mom and the pool boy have gotten awfully close, like a lot of inside jokes and whispering. He was like, we don't have a pool. But they are here tonight. I tried to seat them apart, but I see you guys made your way back. So I just want to clarify, one Christmas this year still? Okay. That's all. Thank you, guys.